The country's top lawyer is sold in his stand to reject any form of cooperation with the International Criminal Court on a probe on the illegal drugs war of the past government. Even more, the Justice Department even hinted back then of arresting or taking into custody any ICC representative visiting the country. Then again, the House leadership's decision to consider rejoining the ICC has stunned many in both houses of the legislature, but was welcomed, understandably, by one former Senator Laila de Lima, as our Luisa Erispe reports.
After Vice President Sara Duterte expressed her intent to reach the Department of Justice to insist on not cooperating with the International Criminal Court's probe, the DOJ reveals its stance on the issue remains, which is that the ICC has no jurisdiction over the Philippines. According to DOJ spokesperson Miko Clavano, the country remains as a non-member of the Rome Statute, and it has been its clear stand from the very beginning.
I think dito po sa amin, sa DOJ, sa ngayon, ito pa rin po yung stand namin na wala pong jurisdiction ng ICC. Although, of course, magiging bukas kami if ever meron po tayong nakikitang pagbabago sa polisiya.
However, despite these statements from Clavano, the DOJ's doors are still open on the investigation, but this should be studied thoroughly and accordingly to erase any perception of the government being seen as irresolute or two-faced in the eyes of the International Tribunal.
Ayaw natin na mukha tayong balimbing, di ba? Siyempre, kailangan natin maging deliberate, kailangan natin pag-aralan ng mabuti para yung mga decision ho natin hindi makaka-apekto sa ating state.
As a background, the DOJ earlier said they will be reaching out to the Office of the Executive Secretary for more clarity in line with the policies of the current administration on the issue, and to seek an answer if indeed the government is serious in rejoining the ICC. But for Solicitor General Menardo Guevara, rejoining the ICC is a policy decided not only by a particular branch of the government. This should be decided both by the executive and the legislative departments of the government. And on the resolutions filed within the Senate and the House of Representatives, he sees this as a sentiment and a non-binding expression. On the other hand, former Senator Laila de Lima, one of the critics of the previous administration who was jailed and has a pending case in court for allegedly involved in drug trade, sees no problem if the Philippines pushes to rejoin the ICC. De Lima said this is a way for the victims of the war on drugs to attain justice.
Hindi dapat nagiging problema yung issue about the rejoining of the Philippines. Kasi unang-una, yung pag-withdraw pa lang is very questionable just to serve the interest of one man. Unilateral withdrawal pa. Na-question nga namin yun sa Supreme Court. I hope really that the result of that study by the Executive Department would be positive na dapat bumalik na tayo sa ICC para ganap ng hustisya ang makuha ng mga naging biktima.
Luisa Erispe for The Nation.